Hello everyone, you are on the channel Lecture for Sleep. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that affects every single one of us. Yet, it's often the first thing we sacrifice in our busy lives. That's right, we're talking about sleep. We spend about a third of our lives doing it. But how many of us truly understand why it's so important? And more importantly, how many of us are actually getting enough good quality sleep? This isn't just about feeling tired or grumpy. The long-term effects of poor sleep can be serious, impacting everything from our physical health to our mental clarity. So, what exactly happens when we close our eyes at night? It might feel like your brain is switching off, but it's actually incredibly busy. Sleep is a highly active and structured process. It's divided into cycles, each lasting about 90 minutes. Within each cycle, we move through different stages, primarily non-REM sleep and REM sleep, which stands for rapid eye movement. The first few stages are light non-REM sleep, where your body and brain start to slow down. Then you enter deep non-REM sleep. This is the really restorative stuff. Your body works on repairing tissues, building bone and muscle, and strengthening your immune system. Think of it as your body's nightly maintenance crew getting to work. After deep sleep, we transition into REM sleep. This is when your brain activity ramps up almost to waking levels. It's the stage where most of your vivid dreams happen, but it's not just for fantasy adventures. REM sleep is crucial for emotional regulation and memory consolidation. Your brain sorts through the day's experiences, filing away important information and discarding the junk. It's like organizing your mental filing cabinet, making sure you can recall important facts and skills later on. This is why a good night's sleep before an exam or a big presentation can make a world of difference. You're not just resting, you're actively learning and processing. So, if sleep is this amazing biological process, why do so many of us struggle with it? Well, modern life is full of sleep disruptors. One of the biggest culprits is our constant exposure to blue light from screens, our phones, tablets, and computers. This light tricks our brain into thinking it's still daytime, which suppresses the production of melatonin, the hormone that signals our body it's time to sleep. That late night scrolling on social media might seem harmless, but it's actively sabotaging your ability to fall asleep easily. Another major factor is our schedule, or lack thereof. Our bodies love routine. We have an internal clock called the circadian rhythm that regulates our sleep-wake cycle. When you go to bed and wake up at inconsistent times, even just on the weekends, you throw this clock out of whack. It's like giving yourself a mini dose of jet lag every weekend. This can make it harder to fall asleep on Sunday night and feel groggy on Monday morning. Consistency is key. And let's not forget about stress and anxiety. When your mind is racing with worries about work, family, or finances, it's incredibly difficult to relax enough to fall asleep. Your body enters a state of fight or flight, releasing stress hormones like cortisol that are designed to keep you alert and awake, not lull you into a peaceful slumber. This creates a vicious cycle. Stress causes poor sleep, and poor sleep makes you less resilient to stress. It's a trap many of us fall into. But the good news is, you are not powerless. There are so many practical, effective strategies you can use to improve your sleep, and it all starts with something called sleep hygiene. This is just a fancy term for creating a set of habits and a bedroom environment that are conducive to sleep. Let's start with your bedroom. It should be a sanctuary for sleep. That means it needs to be cool, dark, and quiet. Invest in some good blackout curtains. Use a fan or a white noise machine if you have to, and try to keep the temperature on the cooler side. Your body temperature naturally drops as you prepare for sleep, so a cool room helps that process along. Next, let's talk about your pre-sleep routine. You can't just go from 100 miles an hour to a dead stop. You need a wind-down period. For at least an hour before bed, put away the screens. All of them. Instead, do something relaxing. Read a physical book. Listen to calm music. Take a warm bath or do some gentle stretching. The warm bath is particularly effective because the subsequent drop in your body temperature after you get out mimics the natural drop that happens before sleep, signaling to your brain that it's bedtime. What you consume during the day also matters. Be mindful of caffeine and alcohol. Caffeine is a stimulant with a long half-life, meaning it can stay in your system for hours. A coffee at 3 p.m. could easily be affecting your sleep at 11 p.m. Try to have your last caffeinated beverage at least 8 hours before you plan to go to sleep. Alcohol is another tricky one. It might make you feel drowsy and help you fall asleep faster, but it severely disrupts the quality of your sleep later in the night, especially REM sleep. You'll likely wake up more often and feel less rested in the morning. And of course, there's exercise. Regular physical activity is fantastic for sleep. It can help you fall asleep faster and enjoy deeper sleep. The timing is important, though. For most people, a vigorous workout too close to bedtime can be overstimulating. Try to get your exercise in earlier in the day if you can. A morning run or an afternoon gym session can work wonders for your sleep that night. Now, what if you've tried all these things and you're still lying in bed, staring at the ceiling? First, don't panic. Staring at the clock and worrying about not sleeping is one of the worst things you can do. It just creates more anxiety. The rule of thumb is, if you haven't fallen asleep after about 20 minutes, get out of bed. Go to another room and do something calm and non-stimulating in dim light, like reading that boring book on your shelf. Only go back to bed when you start to feel genuinely sleepy. This helps your brain maintain the association that your bed is for sleeping, not for tossing and turning and worrying. It's also important to remember that everyone's sleep needs are slightly different. While the general recommendation is 7 to 9 hours for adults, you might be someone who feels great on 7.5, while your friend needs a solid 9. Pay attention to how you feel during the day. Are you alert and productive, or are you constantly reaching for coffee and fighting to keep your eyes open? Your body will tell you what it needs. You just have to learn to listen. If you consistently struggle with severe sleep problems like insomnia, or if you suspect you might have a sleep disorder like sleep apnea, which often involves loud snoring and gasping, for it is so important to talk to a doctor or a sleep specialist. These are medical conditions that often require professional diagnosis and treatment. There's no shame in seeking help. In fact, it's the smartest and strongest thing you can do for your long-term health. Remember, professional support is available, and you don't have to go through this alone. Improving your sleep is one of the most powerful things you can do to enhance your overall well-being. It's a journey, not an overnight fix. Start by picking 1 or 2 small changes. Maybe this week you commit to putting your phone away an hour before bed. Next week, you could try to establish a more consistent wake-up time. Small, sustainable changes add up to big results over time. Think of sleep not as a luxury, but as a fundamental pillar of health, just like nutrition and exercise. Prioritizing your sleep is an act of self-care that pays dividends in every area of your life. You'll have more energy, a sharper mind, a better mood, and a stronger immune system. Who wouldn't want that? Thank you for joining this lecture on our sleep channel today. I hope you've found this information helpful and feel empowered to take control of your sleep. Sweet dreams, and we'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content dedicated to helping you live a healthier, more rested life.